Aloha and mahalo for joining me once again right here on Insane Disappearances. Now, tonight, as usual, I am here to open people's minds. But at the same time, I want everyone out there in YouTube land, that means all my viewers and my subscribers, or both, or same people obviously, I want you all to join me, okay? Become intrigued as I case read the 411 baffling unsolved cases of hundreds of random people from clusters all over the globe who mysteriously vanish without a trace and are either never found again or found hundreds of miles away from their last known location. Deceased, dead, gone under mysterious circumstances. Today, my YouTube friends, I'm going to case read a story about Morgan White. And it's very slim. There wasn't a lot of information on his disappearance, but it is still here in the book. Okay, now Morgan White. I'm guessing this is a guy, not a female. He went missing on 03/12/1994 in Lansing, Michigan. This is the home of my daughter's mother. Of course, that ain't got nothing to do with this, so don't pay me no mind. But anyway, he was at the age of 19 when he disappeared, or in this case, well, still disappeared. I was gonna say vanished, but they didn't find his body. But anyway, okay. There are two cases from the early 1990s that I found from Michigan State University. The first case of a missing student was Morgan's. The second was Dale Shields. Dale's incident happened in November of 1990. I could not find a specific date for Dale's disappearance, and I couldn't locate supporting documents, so it was excluded from the formal list. Details about Morgan's incident are slim. He was leaving a restaurant near the Michigan State campus in Lansing. He was supposedly drinking heavily and somehow got separated from friends and never returned to his room. He was said to be a very good student when he was reported missing. White's body was found in the Red Cedar River between the Bogue Street Bridge and the Farm Lane Bridge. The Bogue Street Bridge was just north of the Owen Graduate School. Friends stated that they had no idea how he got into the water. This is supposedly the same location where Dale Shields' body was also found. The coroner listed both men's deaths as a drowning. Now, see, that's a big thing with a lot of these coroners. You know, whenever there's a case that they find, or whatever, that is very mysterious. And of course, they can't figure it out, so they just mention drowning, accidental drowning, or whatever the case may be. So that right there is just weird. And like I said, it's very sporadic. I don't want to say sporadic, but it's very little information on his disappearance. They just know that he left a party drunk as hell, and next thing you know, he ends up in the water. But as far as timing, topographical locations, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff is not in the report, because it was, like I said, it was just very sketchy. And the only reason why I can think it's very sketchy is because it really wasn't. They just didn't put that there because they didn't want no one to figure out what the situation really was, and it was probably too weird for anyone to even put it in the report. So that's the reason why they wiped it from the records and just said, "Oh, he drowned." Just because they found him in the water don't mean that he actually drowned. I mean, there's no cause of death on the body. There's no strangulation marks, no bullet wounds or stab wounds, or bullet holes or stab wounds. Obviously, something else is going on here, and they don't want people to find out because it's just too weird. It's just like how if the newsroom finds out about a disappearance, and it's too weird to say it's like, normal, they're never gonna print that. Just like the Dennis Martin case. Oh man, jeez, I'm sorry guys. Just like the Dennis Martin case, that was a weird case because in one of the reports, which was stated by a family called the Key family, they was talking about some type of hairy-looking creature that was running, behind trees and was carrying something on his shoulder. Now, they believe that this something that he was carrying on his shoulder might have been Dennis Martin, but Dennis Martin has never been, was never seen again. So I'm thinking that maybe Dennis Martin was food for whatever this thing was. Maybe whatever it was some cannibal that lived off the grid. I don't know. But got time for another story here. This one is about a young man named Ryan Getz. That's Getz. He went missing on 12/31/1997 at 10:30 p.m. in Lansing, Michigan. Same place. Okay. Now he was 21 years old when he disappeared. When I write stories about missing people, I sometimes have a moment. Oh man, come on. Oh man, I'm sorry. Just really fatigued right now. Okay. Okay, let me start over. When I write stories about missing people, I sometimes have a moment where I feel I'm in the parent's shoes at a particularly horrific point in the story. The overwhelming anxiety and depression hits. I had one of those moments while researching Ryan. Ryan Getz' hometown was Lapeer, Michigan, approximately 75 miles northeast of Lansing. He attended Michigan State University and later switched to Kettering University, where he studied engineering at the General Motors Institute in Flint. On December 31st, 1997, Ryan attended a party in East Lansing. A January 23, 1998 article. Oh, geez. I'm getting tired of this. Article in the Argus Press detailed what happened. Ryan Getz, 21, disappeared after attending a party at the Cedar Village student apartment complex, which borders the river. He reportedly had been sighted several places in Lower Michigan, but none of the tips panned out. Readers might start to recognize some of the names in this section as familiar, as is the practice in cluster disappearances. A January 5th article in the Argus Press gave more details about the night of the disappearance. Witnesses told police he left about 10:30 p.m. and planned to walk to his girlfriend's campus apartment for a midnight celebration. Said Gary Schindorf, a family friend from Lapeer. Getz never arrived to his girlfriend's apartment, a 50-yard walk from the nightclub. Ryan was reportedly missing on January 1st when he didn't arrive at a family dinner. There was a massive search for the student. Police dogs were used in the area, and apparently they didn't find any evidence that he went into the river. The same January 23rd, 1998 article in the Argus Press also had these details. Police already had searched the river and area 3 times. Once on the ground with their own dogs, once from the air in a state police helicopter, and once in the water with Ingham County Sheriff's divers. There was no indication he had gone through the ice, East Lansing Police Captain Stephen Chubb said. Chubb said, as you may know, the statement from Captain Chubb is a huge piece of the puzzle. He clearly stated that Ryan had not broken the ice covering the Red Cedar River. There were few details or additional evidence accumulated between the time Ryan vanished and a fundraiser held on April 18th, 1998. An April 19th, 1998 article in the Argus Press gives these details. The body was found Saturday during a party held to raise money to continue the search for Getz. An East Lansing police detective walking on the river's bank saw some clothing caught in a branch. And divers recovered the body a few hours later. It was Ryan. The coroner determined that he died from accidental drowning and hypothermia. I could not locate any specifics on his blood alcohol level. This is one of the earliest cases of student drowning associated with alcohol. A deadly trend had started. Okay, now this one is a little bit more detailed, and it is kind of crazy as well, because once again, college boy is at a party. He gets drunk. He leaves the party to go to his, I won't say drunk, but he was drinking. And he said he was going to his girlfriend's campus apartment after the party. So he leaves, doesn't make it, and somehow ends up in the river. Now, whatever happened to him between point A and point B, when people leave a party and it's still going on, people aren't going to be watching him as he's walking out of the door and walking down the street. Now, whatever it is that's doing this is going to know this, and of course they're not going to do anything because you're watching him the whole time. And you probably, if you get the notion to follow someone to make sure they get to their location, that's one thing. But once that person gets to their location, it might not be him that disappeared. It might be you. I'm just saying, like I say, you never fall behind. So if they don't know that you following them, obviously that'll be a perfect thing for you to do. But I know that's not going to happen. It hasn't happened yet, and it probably never will happen, because people who are having too much fun at the party, they're not going to leave the party just because some other guy was leaving. So in his case, like I said, it's just your typical disappearance where he leaves the party, he's walking to somewhere, and somewhere between the point when he left the party and on his way to his girlfriend's house, he vanishes from sight and ends up in a river. Now, it doesn't state the nature of his body, but they say accidental drowning and hypothermia. They use that term and that excuse every single time when they find a really weird case where they can't find a cause of death on the body. So in this case, it's an open and shut case. They say what it is and they just drop it because they know it's too weird for them to even try to figure it out, because they can't figure it out. Nobody can figure out why a person can still end up dead and has no ideal reason to be dead. There's no markings on the body to state that he was stabbed or shot with a bullet. There's no head trauma, no nothing. It's just a lifeless corpse. And like I said, I can get into the whole part about their soul being stolen or the energy being drained from their body to the point where they end up dying anyway because they don't have enough energy to stay alive. But if the soul is taken, that's an instant dead body right there, because without the soul, there's no life. Okay, it's like the manifestation of who you are on the inside. So, very weird stuff, people. But yeah, that's all I got on that one. The next story is going to be about a guy named Stephen Midzo. It's spelled M-B-I-D-Z-O, so the B is silent. Okay, so that's going to be my next one. And I hope you enjoyed what I was reading today. And if you did enjoy it, tell your friends about me. Like and subscribe below. Hit me up with a comment. If you have anything to say about any of these cases. If you live in Michigan and you're watching this video, throw me a bone. Maybe you got some more cases that happened this year or last year. If you know of any, just like I said, you can email me at meckddee at comcast.net. That's M like Marco, E like Edward, C like Captain, K like Karen, D like dog, E like elephant, E like elephant, at comcast.net. All lowercase, just so you know. Hit me up with an email, and if you got any cases that's happening now that you may have heard of, you know what to do. Comment in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. Hit me with a thumbs up. Send me an email, and we'll go from there. All right. So I gotta go. I just want to say thank you to all my viewers for watching my videos and getting me at this point where I can say, well, I'm doing a good job, with what I'm doing, and I'm glad everybody likes that I'm doing what I'm doing, and I like what you're doing too, and that's watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. So once again, aloha, mahalo, and ahuiahu, and I am out.